So your heart's here, right? So this is your aorta. Okay. First branch off the aorta right here is the brachiocephalic trunk. Okay. Branching off the brachiocephalic trunk over here is the right subclavian artery, and then to the neck right here is the right common carotid artery. After the right subclavian artery passes the rib cage, it becomes the axillary artery. After it passes the head of the humerus, it becomes the brachial artery. Okay. So you can see on this side, branching off the aorta, you have the left common carotid artery here, and then the left subclavian artery here. After it passes the rib cage, it's the left axillary artery. After it passes the head of the humerus, it's the left brachial artery. Now this is the side where you can see the brachial artery branch into the radial artery and the ulnar artery. Okay. Now remember, aorta is going to pass behind the heart through the diaphragm. When it gets on the other side of the diaphragm, this is the abdominal aorta. The first branch off the abdominal aorta is going to be that nub right there. That's the celiac trunk. Now, branching off the celiac trunk, you're going to have a branch that goes to the liver. That's called the hepatic artery. You're going to have a branch that goes to the spleen. That's the splenic artery. There would be a branch that also goes to the stomach that I don't see here, that you do see on the other models. That's the gastric artery. Superior mesenteric is the next branch here off the abdominal aorta. Then you have the right and left renal arteries, which you don't really see very well here. Inferior mesenteric artery is going to be just after the renal arteries. You can skip these two little ones; those are gonadals. Skip the two little ones. Then the next one that goes to intestine, again, that's inferior mesenteric artery. When you get to the bottom of the aorta here, it splits, okay, into common iliac artery on the right side and a common iliac artery on the left. When the common iliac artery splits, it splits into the external iliac artery and the internal iliac artery. Internal going into the pelvis. External iliac artery is going to go to the abdominal wall, and it's going to pass through the abdominal wall. And when it goes through the abdominal wall into the leg, it becomes the femoral artery. Okay. That's it for arteries. In terms of veins, you got your superior vena cava here. Merging into the superior vena cava, you have the brachiocephalic veins, the right brachiocephalic vein, left brachiocephalic vein. Okay. Merging into the brachiocephalic veins, you have the subclavian vein, and then the two jugular veins, the internal jugular and the external jugular. Okay. Merging into the subclavian vein, you have the axillary vein on the other side of the rib cage here. And then right here, where the head of the humerus is, the one that goes over the head of the humerus, is the cephalic vein. The medial one here is the basilic vein. There should be one that runs right with the brachial artery. That would be the brachial vein. I don't necessarily see that on any of these, actually. But you see cephalic on the left side here, basilic on the left side here. Median cubital vein is the one that connects cephalic and basilic vein. Inferior vena cava is down here. Okay, first real branches into the inferior vena cava are the renal veins right there. Inferior vena cava splits just like the abdominal aorta into common iliac veins. Merging into the common iliac veins is the internal iliac vein and the external iliac vein. On the other side of the body wall, attached to the external iliac vein is the femoral vein. There's a big vein that runs all the way down the medial side of the leg that merges into the femoral vein. That's the great saphenous vein. And then hepatic portal vein is going to be the different colored ones. In this case, it's purple. that goes into the liver. That's the hepatic portal vein. It's draining all the digestive organs into that hepatic portal vein.